Hello and welcome. Yes, the sheep are fed. I've done all of that. I did a session on Riverside earlier and I used the malware, and I did mention we were going to use that on this. So I am going to do that. What we're going to do, I often say that the farm decides the jobs that you've got to do, and we have got a lot of work to do. We've got some money and we have got stuff to do. We've got some productions to place, and yeah, we are going to need some more of these. Now, where we're going to put them is, yeah, the scale of the wool that we're going to do to produce clothing, we're going to need at least 3 or 4 of these. I know this because of one of my other Let's Plays and when you go on this type of scale. And also we're bringing a lot of money. But you have a deadline. April is the month that we have to do that. So the wool is already being produced to begin with, but that's not going to really sort of show us for a couple of months. But we have got, yeah, a farm to build. We have got some of these trees to take, and yeah, let me just go high. Let me do what we did the other day, just to sort of show. Yeah, we've got to put sheds down here. So I've got to rip some of this up. Then we've got the cows to fit here. That would take all of our money if we did that. So obviously that the wood itself is going to bring in some income to probably do that. Then we've got the wood yard that I want to do here. I think it would fit this Let's Play to actually make a wood yard that's producing wood to grow trees. I think it's highly appropriate. I would normally literally create trees, but I think that is the whole purpose of that, is to do that. So we've planted a canola. I missed a trick. I have on that in planting canola. Should have waited and planted barley, but it is what it is. We've missed all windows until next year now, so well, yeah, we might do the little field as barley next year. Also, yeah, in editing it's weird what you see. This field is a weird shape, and if you look again from above, it would suit for me to actually scoot that across there and get rid of that weird little hiccup that obviously at the time there were trees and stuff in the way. So yeah, I know it means all the courses are going to be broken for next year, and obviously we've got it planted now, but next year I'd like to make that so that it's the shape's a little bit different, just to make, you know, like things better. So I'm going to go for the malware, which means we'll be using 6-meter containers. Now, yeah, there's no way I can stick 2 on this, really, because the door would get in the way of the other door, unless you put the door at this, and then it's going to be really weird. So, do you know, I think we'll just go for 6-meter containers, and we'll keep running them up to the top of the map. Yeah, so we're going to cut 6-meter lengths, and we're going to, I don't know whether to buy. No, we need that money, otherwise I would. So we are going to literally go straight into or do we go for the other one? Do we have a bit of fun? I would like to use the, trouble is I know the malware, I may well use the Komatsu stroke Valmet in another Let's Play, but I really would like to show this off. It is an absolutely beautiful machine. North Modding Company, yeah, the specialist ones that actually do this type of thing. We're going to go for the wood harvester. Absolutely, it's obviously a lightweight harvester. Now that is a point. Can we? Oh, wow! I didn't know we could do that. Okay, I think we will. And we'll go for the Olusfors. Definitely, we are going to lease that for 7.5 grand. And we're going to cut the last of the wood that we need. I'm also going to do that where I turn the... Now then, let me just have a look at this. I looked at this morning. I need to change driving direction. Oh, yeah, let's start that and change driving direction as would suit this. Yeah, and we're going to go straight into a time lapse. We are going to cut down all of the trees that we are left to cut down to make this. Also, there's a few down at the BGA where I want to make that into part of the farm bit. So I'm hopefully, even if it's 2 sessions, going to do that, and then we are going to load up the things, because I would imagine this time of year that the wood is at its best price. I know it was going up, and obviously the containers seem to be one of the best prices. So yeah, If we're going to go for that wood yard that is growing trees, I am going to keep that as that's me planting the trees. I was going to do it the old-fashioned way. We may still do that, but I think it's growing trees. If it is, then we'll leave it at that we are doing sustainable forests and actually growing them in that yard. If not, then we should do it the old-fashioned way. I should plant 2 for 1, or we may do a combination of the 2. But yeah, for now, ooh, there we go, that tree stump. Right, can we actually see it? Will it actually register? Ah, there it is. It's that yes. Fantastic. It's been bugging me for sessions. Every time you go over that, it's there and it's not. So there we go. The invisible tree is now gone. Thank goodness. What are these shadows? What is that about? Please don't tell me there are more. No, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's just actually spots. Right, anyway, we're going to go into a time-lapse now. Remind me, I only used it this morning. Right, I'm going to go off camera for 1 minute just to remind myself very briefly of the settings on this, and then we are going to chop these trees down, all the ones that are going to make this widen out into the farm that it's going to be. And I have not switched my phone off, and I was unfortunate and I didn't get to my time-lapse time. Right, okay, let's get cracking. Yeah, I'm going to just stop recording for 1 minute and then we're going to get cracking. See you shortly. Right, I am going to say my words. Yeah, I've got it. This is fantastic for those who are learning to log. It is got a fantastic... Oh, yeah, I'll just quickly show this on one tree. How fantastic this is. It's just something I didn't find until Riverside this morning. Oh, I need to go... Yeah, I need to do my... I need to go out full extent. And, well, this is the way I always do it. And then bring that down. So I'm at full. It does make it a little unstable, but yeah, this is fantastic. If you, very nice controls, very sensitive as well. If you go forwards and go to the left, you keep the thing, you will note, go out a little bit far, I've gone a bit too far, you'll get the cut, and yet you can see you're an awful long way away from the actual tree. If you do cut, it grabs it for you. It's supposed to do that. It's almost like the green beamy lights without the green beamy lights. I don't think it doesn't do the massive monsters, although you can see it's a bit unstable with a lot of weight, but then they all drag it to the ground like this does anyway. So to be honest, I would recommend this for anybody who's learning to log. It's their main things. It is fantastic. And on that note, I am going to go into the time lapse. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, this is the last thing I'm going to do this session. I know it's the beginning of the day, but I just thought I'd literally sort of take this ready. There's 20 odd tons to take in. It's been a big session. Still an awful lot of wood to do. There really is, and it really is the best time of year to do it. So, yeah, I'm a little bit not. The high lift is a little bit funny when you start to turn it. Obviously, sometimes you've got to. Well, you haven't got to, but it's advisable to turn it. And the second you turn it, the mini claws in the middle let go, so it really means you can't twiddle it, which in real life obviously that wouldn't really be a problem, but in Farming Simulator it really is, because it sort of keeps releasing the claws and then drops all the wood, so it's becoming sort of frustrating rather than a pleasure. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to what I was doing, which is just literally yeah, just turning the entire thing, because you just can't twist the actual thing itself without it releasing the little mini claws. It's a bit of a terrible flaw, really. Yeah, because it is a difficult sort of maneuver to do, probably in the design of this sort of key layout. But again, it's one of those things that's going to play around with lots of other key configs if you start mucking around with that, because it's obviously tied to any gamepad or key setting that you would normally use for a certain set of actions. So I don't really want to be mucking around with that. Yeah, I have deliberately cut these. Oh, I always skid. I really do need a bigger tractor, if I'm honest. For the lugging the 70 tonner, this is just really 250, 300 horsepower really for lugging something of this weight. It keeps pushing this around a bit because it's just not got the mass to do it. Yeah, I've cleared a lot of those trees there because I wish I did say that. Obviously these sort of 3 big ones here are all the really, really big ones that the Malwa. There's I think about 7 or 8 big ones that we just could not cut. There's an awful lot of woods that we need to take. I'm not going to put that in a container, that's why I separated that wood, but I am going to sell it. It is good. And all the little end bits as well, I'm going to sell those as well. Yeah, like this, it keeps pushing it. It can't stop very well, which is true. I mean, it's not the heaviest tractor. That is a lot of weight. You can manage it, but it is pushing it around. It really is. So this coming session, I'm going to crack on with the wood. Yeah, it's going to be the wood clearance. I'd like to put the wood yard down I think I'd like to concentrate on actually this area next. I have made a bit of a way down here, across here. Cleared a little bit of room. I don't know whether to put a little bridge. I don't think it would hurt a little bit of a bridge over this bit and away from the stream and the pond. I think, yeah, there's got to be some sort of compromise. I would like to make this a bit of a cut through, but I don't want to be going over this. That's just too beautiful. Obviously, this is where the wood yard that I'd like to do is going. I think, or have I gone wrong now? Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, it's further along. Actually, no, I've gone high, haven't I? It is quite, it's quite disconcerting. It's this one. It is this bit here. Yeah, definitely. In fact, let's just quickly, as we go, just show you what I mean. Yeah, it is. I think there's enough room, but I was right. I do think also there's some stones in the way, and I'm going to be in the way. Let me just move my backside. I always tend to do that. Let's shift this over here and have one look just to see if we actually could do it. Done it again. Keep pressing the middle button, which is the Xbox screenshot button. Right, okay, so production. Yeah, I thought this was really appropriate for this. And as I say, if this is going to produce wood, I might actually, for once, well, no, I might plant some trees as well, just to sort of show willing. But if this is sort of simulating us having a tree yard, then yeah, I'll let this do a lot of the work. I'm not used to it. I thought it was very appropriate for the Let's Play and also very appropriate for what it is. I wanted to use it, and I've always thought it's a little bit inappropriate for most Let's Plays. Yeah, now again, it is very large. Now, it did actually have a brief that it was do it. There's some stone, isn't there? Yeah, there's a massive set of stone there and one over there. So I did get a brief flicker. I know I wouldn't place it now, but wow, that's 10 grand. So for that to be 25,000, that is an awful lot of leveling. It's somewhere. It is. So I think when we place that, yeah, I think it's falling away terribly at this corner. So I might have to use the leveling tool, although I've got to be honest, I always find the leveling tool still doesn't do it, cut it properly, as we've seen when I did the one over there. But yeah, I'd like to do that, and it's getting there. We need to shift the wood out of here first, I think. Yeah, you can see it falls away here, and it is quite large. I'd love to, maybe I need to cut these last couple. I left these because I didn't think I needed to chop them, but yeah, there's also tree stumps as well, which may be playing around with that. So, and also, that's one thing I'm going to buy. Right, anyway, yes, that's my wife calling for her cup of tea because I am late. Yeah, I am going to say we're going to continue this conversation next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I truly do hope you're going to stick with me in this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.